It's disappointing, obviously. We got tanked in Boston. I thought there'd be a great reaction tonight. I mean, an unbelievable week of practice, and just didn't get it done. Gave up a soft first goal off a corner kick, and obviously the penalty changed the game. At that point onwards, we were always chasing the game, fighting the game, and it was a brilliant week of practice. I couldn't envision the performance after what I saw all week, but just got to get back to work tomorrow morning and see if we can put it right.
Can you talk about? I guess you don't get any explanation about Nadine and what happened there, but
yeah,
just the sequence of events there, Paul, in terms of Nicky's.
Yeah, it was obviously a poor ball from Nick and left it short. She didn't touch her. You see from the tape she didn't touch her. Referee went to the linesman. They're looking at both. I don't know if the fourth official called this, somebody else called this because she wasn't going to give it. I thought, to be honest with you, there was enough coverage going to goal, and I think the ball was going out, and she wasn't catching it, and she went down. Irrespective, obviously losing Nadine at that point means you've got to play a short on the back line, and even before that we looked like we'd lost our way even in the back then. Early in the game, just got rattled again. We got ourselves rattled, and obviously Abby didn't play. Had a little bit more pace up front. The pace causes problems early in the game. Usually pace doesn't cause us problems. It's usually a creative player, but Kerr was brilliant tonight. She was all over the place. Jazz Spencer, who played for me as a kid, was all over the place tonight. All caused an awful lot of problems to us, and just out of sync in the back, completely out of sync. And even at 1-0, we had a couple of great chances. I thought, Jess looked dangerous. Jess, Alex, and Sink. I thought, we're starting to look dangerous. And then the second, obviously, once the penalty had gone in and down to 10 players, then the game had changed at that point. And we went to 3 in the back, trying to survive again. We didn't manage the game late in the half, which is I talked to you during the week. We did manage the game at Boston. We gave up a third goal before half time. We did it again today. If we could have just held on, maybe something would have changed. I'm not sure it would have, but. I put the team out in the field, so I got to take full responsibility. We just weren't sharp enough. Maybe it's overtraining, maybe it's under-training, but I'm at the guy at the helm, so I have to look at everything and try and, improve it and put it back on the river going forward, because right now we're way off track, man, completely.
Are there communication issues back there? Is it different stuff?
Yeah, I think obviously Rachel coming back in, I think you can even see second half. I thought Rachel did a pretty good job of settling the unit down, and you got an experienced player, Nikki Marshall, and she's not a big talker, but she's a good footballer, and I think Rachel will settle her down. The young ones look young in the last couple of games. We've gone down early and they've been a bit rattled and stuff. So they've shown their youth a little bit, and I think Rachel will be able to settle us down. And we got to get Rachel will be back in the lineup for sure next week. And we didn't think she was ready, and I don't think if you asked her now, she'd probably say I'm not really 100%. But hopefully she will be by next week, because we need that leadership. We lack a little bit of leadership, and. I think it would help the younger ones out too to get her on the field. And Steph Catley, obviously she's, played internationally a lot, but she's still just turned 20, So, and it was her first game tonight. She looked a little bit rattled too, and I have to take the blame. I picked the players, and I thought Steph would settle right in, and it was a difficult game for him, in the back, and we coughed up some easy chances, and. We never really got going in the midfield. Sinead Ali, Vera, we never really got a grip of the ball in the midfield, and it doesn't matter how good your forward line is if you can't get a grip of the ball in the midfield, and we just didn't do it, unfortunately.
Is that a case of players not playing together?
No, I wouldn't say that. All week long, if I was in Las Vegas after seeing them train all week, I'd have put money on us tonight. We had a brilliant week of training. We had a full field scrimmage on Wednesday where the teams were very good. Both teams played really well, and I was delighted coming in, and I felt like everything was where it should be, and that's a disappointment factor. Obviously, I was way off base because it didn't work, and you can talk about luck and 20 shots against 22, and you can talk all that stuff. But at the end of the day, we weren't good enough, and I got to figure out a way to get us there, and maybe we need to work harder defensively too. We do a lot of attacking stuff in practice. Maybe we need to switch and start working on some defensive. Originally early in the season, funnily when Emily was at college, we were doing better. Now they're all in here, and we got them working together. They had a great week again, and come game time, they just look a little bit dysfunctional, So we worked on them yesterday. The back four. You got one, probably the best goalkeeper in the world behind him. So we've got to tweak something, that's for sure. We can't be coughing. You got to stop the bleeding first. I mean, you got to start in the back, and that was the one thing I was happy about early in the season. We weren't scoring a lot of goals, but at least we weren't conceding. Now we just opened the gates the last 2 games, and we've struggled.
After Nadine went out and put in Michelle, was that almost an unfair situation?
Yeah, it's a tricky situation, there's no question. I mean, obviously Michelle will play next week anyway, with Nadine being away with the German national team. So from that perspective, I guess you got, she played for Seattle here last year too, so she's had a couple of games at least in front of the crowd and stuff. But it was difficult circumstances. Made a couple of good saves. I thought her feet were very good. But it's always a difficult. I mean, Michelle got up straight away as soon as the foul was made, hedging the bets it was going to be a red card, I think, and. I'm pleased with Michelle. She talks well too. It's not an easy place to go in without a warm up, straight onto the field and face your first penalty straight away from. So it was a tricky situation. So I give her a lot of credit too for going in the game at that point.
Paul, can you talk about Alex's debut?
Yeah, I was happy with Alex. Got to be honest with you. I mean, I feel bad about them when I wasn't expecting to play at 90 tonight. We figured 65, 70, somewhere around there. One of the issues whether we brought her in or whether we started her, but the week went so well that we felt she was ready to go, and she had to go a little bit more than we expected, obviously due to the circumstances. The red card probably changed all the substitution patterns and everything. But I thought she looked. I mean, obviously, her touch is going to get better with more training. But she caused problems. Her runs were very good. She got in really good areas, I thought, tonight. Just didn't get a bounce of the ball, bounce the other way. But her work rate was great, and I have no complaints up there. I thought Jess worked hard too up front. But we didn't get anything for it, We got a couple of half chances, and I think Alex probably had 2 or 3 good ones. And I'm pleased with her. I mean, obviously now she's got on the national team. She's got 2 weeks to get even fitter and get in front of goal again and stay in front of goal. And I'm sure she'll play for the national team in those games. And hopefully we get her all on the same wavelength when they all come back.
Could you talk about Steph and Alex return? Can you talk a bit about Vero, how she did?
Yeah. Well, I don't think Vero could speak for herself, but yeah, I mean, I don't know if she had the legs from the season. I mean, I don't know what it was, and that wasn't Vero that I know, and she's a brilliant player and a highly motivated player, and maybe it was all a bit too much for her and Steph tonight, and they had to go straight in the lineup. I put them straight in the lineup again. I got to take responsibility. I was the guy that put them in the lineup. I thought they'd be fine. Vero's played at a high level, both internationally and club. And I thought she would just go right in the lineup and it would be seamless, but unfortunately it wasn't seamless. And she'll play better, she'll do better, and a great belief in the play, of course. And Steph's young, and maybe it was a bigger moment than I thought it was going to be for her. But you know what? They'll be back at practice 11 o'clock tomorrow morning, and we'll get down to work again. And they're here this week. They're here. They're not going away. Some of the other players are going away, so I think that's a good sign. And now again, we're looking for a reaction next week. I mean, we got another home game. Obviously we're missing 4 players next week, so we'll give some of the other players a chance to come in. Becca Morrow's chance to come in, Mona chance to start, Angie chance to start, and they'll be biting at the bit all week again in practice. And just wish we could replicate practice so you guys could see us at practice, because they've been brilliant at practice, And I believe in the group when the locker room is strong, and I just didn't expect what happened tonight, unfortunately.
What do you say to a team after a loss like this?
Well, you're just trying to find little things that maybe we can change, you know what I'm saying? Maybe it's the training time of the day, or maybe it's, maybe it's the coach. I don't know. Need to change something. Like I said, if you watched us train all week, you'd be like, wow, man, this is going to be a great game today. We're really... And I think the crowd came here expecting, when Alex Morgan's in the lineup, they're cheering. They gave Vera a great reception. They gave Catley a great reception. And you just felt, wow, this is going to be the night. We're going to break out. And we're going to get the job done. They're missing Abby one back. And it just didn't happen. We just never got out of the gate, And even in the locker room before the game, I felt like there was a great buzz in the locker room. Prior to the game on the field, I felt there was a great buzz. Even at half-time, the locker room is so strong. Even at half-time, as daft as it might sound, I still thought we had a chance to get in the game. Just get one. Let's win the second half at least. Let's get the first one, see what happens, and see if we can keep plugging away. Maybe we get a second. But I'm forever the optimist, but that didn't happen, unfortunately.
All right. Thanks, Paul.
That's okay. I'm all right. Yeah, this is. I think they deserve it.
Do you consider? Do you look at potentially sticking with the back line and just continue to work with it, or
No, I think Rachel will come into the back line. It's a matter of how we tweak it. We thought about bringing her in tonight, but we're playing next week as well. We wanted to keep her lineup to be steady, and obviously Steph came in at left back. There'd be a change probably at right back. Emily would have gone out to right back, and Rachel would have come into the middle or something like that. So I think there would have been 3 changes in the back line. So we decided just to keep it as it was, as Rachel wasn't 100%, and maybe try and work Rachel into the midfield maybe for the last 20 minutes, 25 minutes, but that was completely gone out the window. I mean, everything went out the window. As soon as Nadine got sent off, everything was out the window. We should have battened down the hatches, probably tried to get an half-time, 2-3-0, but obviously it didn't work in our favour.
Thank you, Paul.
All right, guys, thanks.